Today I'm going to show you how to embroider 3D puff foam on a beanie. 3D puff embroidery is everywhere right now, and I'm going to show you how to make your beanies really special using this simple technique. You're going to be needing a file that is digitized for puff embroidery. Here are the supplies you'll need. A 5.5-inch mighty hoop, a sheet of 3D puff foam, 1 sheet of tearaway stabilizer, 1 sheet of cap backing, some 505 adhesive spray, and a beanie. Let's go. We're going to start by turning our beanie inside out and pulling the top of the beanie toward you. I'm putting my tag to the back, and your design is going to be stitching right side up along the cuff. I'm going to spray some 505 adhesive spray onto a sheet of cap backing off camera and fix it to the inside back of the cap. Now you can do this with just a sheet of tearaway, but I like to add a sheet of cap backing on my beanies for a little bit of extra support. I find that it makes the cuff stay nice and straight. Now we're going to hoop the cap using 1 sheet of tearaway on our 5.5-inch mighty hoop. If you have a hooping station, that makes life really simple. If you don't, you can use the guidelines on your cutting mat to make sure things are straight. Now we're ready to sew. I set my file up to include a knockdown stitch. A knockdown stitch is a set of open stitches that will stitch over any fluffy or high pile material, causing it to lay down and give you a nice flat base to work with. Since I'm using a satin stitch outline on my font today, I'm going to use a knockdown stitch because I want minimal shifting. My knockdown stitch is going to stitch in a color similar to my beanie. Now, my white satin stitch is going to sew. The satin stitch is going to sit underneath my foam. After I sew the satin stitch, it's time to lay my piece of foam over those satin stitches. And finally, we're going to stitch our block letters over that foam. Now you can remove the beanie from the machine, and that foam is going to easily pull away. Clean it up with a lighter, and we're done. As always, all the products and materials I use in this tutorial are linked in my Amazon storefront, which you can find linked in my bio.